Finals might have to go against two separate Lightning decks to get there.
Yeah.
But first off, we have Loupanji and Popcorn.
Yeah.
Goblin Barrel, potentially Mirror. Which of these four decks jumps out to you the most, Rainey?
I actually think that, to me, the Three Musketeer Goblin Barrel deck is probably the most devastating. I can also see a situation where he plays. So the thing about playing Lightning against Three Musketeer is you gain value because you hit two of the Musketeers and you hit the tower. But if you're putting your two Musketeers down a lane that is kind of the healthier lane, the more irrelevant lane, then essentially it's still just a 6 for 6, right? You're still just trading 6 elixir for 6 elixir of the Three Musketeers, 2 of the 3, right? So in that situation, once you're down that elixir, I can see potentially getting Goblin Barreled or getting Minor Goblin Barreled or getting Minor Somethinged to be a really dangerous follow-up where now you don't have a lot of elixir to deal with it, and you have a Musketeer coming down the same lane as well.
Key matchup is going to be Popcorn needs to get his Hog Rider Goblin Barrel deck against the Lava Hound deck. That's his best chance to win. I don't really think the Hog Rider Goblin Barrel deck can beat the Three Musketeer Minor Goblin Barrel deck. It's pretty gross. Okay. So I think he's much rather going to play against a Lava Hound deck where none of these things are on the ground. There's only Tombstone, which he has a log for, and when the Lava Hound comes down, that Hog Rider can run in and get value. So if that can happen, he's going to be in pretty good shape.
So we're already seeing a Goblin Barrel. Our first match of the semifinals, Popcorn versus Loupanji. Let us know who you think is going to take it in chat.
Ad Astra is what Loupanji is representing. Haven't seen them?
I've not seen them. I like the star, though.
That is a very underused symbol. We see a lot of the red sword and the king hats and things like that. Not a lot of stars. So here's where we're going to see an important matchup.
What a risk. Wow, he's just going to... I think the Ice Golem is going to protect one of them.
Oh, great counterplay by Popcorn there to line it up so it didn't hit the tower and it focused on two Musketeers and the Ice Golem. The Ice Golem is in there to absorb one of those lightning shots. And I actually thought it was going to hit Tower, Ice Golem, one Musketeer, leaving two behind. But Popcorn was ready for that oddball play.
Mind game.
Oh, it worked! I think this is the first mind game that we've seen actually juke a log from Goblin Barrel. Well done, Loupanji.
Look at how much damage that did.
Popcorn respects the play, too. So what happened there is that 3-cost elixir Goblin Barrel, not only did it dodge the log, but it pretty much killed the archers as well while doing damage to the tower. That's really versatile for 3 elixir.
You need to be one with understanding where the log comes across the bridge. You can kind of tell where it's going to land. You at least know that something is fishy.
Yeah. You at least know it's not going right onto the tower if you've seen enough Goblin Barrels.
Yeah. If you've seen enough Goblin Barrels in your life.
Goblin Barrel, like
become one with the Goblin Barrel.
Like real-life bowling, should throw it harder. Throw it as hard as you can behind the tower. Oh, no!
So now there is a reason why Ad Astra is running that stars. My ancient knowledge of Latin, it means to the stars. Ad Astra is Latin for to the stars. So there we go.
That's why we have you on the show, buddy.
Yeah, just
to translate Latin.
Of my ancient knowledge.
It comes up sometimes. Let's see if we can drop another Ice Golem.
Yes.
And once again, great aim. I have no idea how Popcorn is aiming those so well because it looks like the edge of that circle would theoretically like kind of brush the tower, but it's just not doing it.
Still, though, the Golem and Ice Golem make it to the tower doing immense amounts of damage, and I think that this is a tough situation for Loupanji. I like the idea. I like the ingenuity of playing the Ice Golem with your 3 Musketeers, but he still has to own up to the fact that a Golem is coming down the lane.
Ooh, it looks like there's the zap comes in.
Man, this is so back and forth and so much damage. Minder Zap itself is already a huge damage, burst of damage.
No! That could be an opening for Loupanji to steal this game.
All right, here we go. Miner going in. We're going to hit
the lightning,
5 seconds. We're going to hit overtime.
The zap.
One more swing. One more swing. Can he do it? Will Popcorn be able to take it? No! 86 health. Loupanji gives him a thumbs up, and that is going to be game 1. In the semifinals, going over to Of the Stars.
Loupanji, okay, it's a little early, but he's so far won all 3 games in that, like, by the clock, sliding under the temple door, grabbing his hat right before it goes out. You know, like, every single game thing, he can't keep getting away with it. He might get away with it all the way to a Coronation Day title, but he's got 2 more games to go, and now he's got to take his Lava Hound deck up against either the Hog Rider Goblin Barrel or the Golem deck.
So would you bring your Hog Rider against this Lava? Because it's a lot quicker. You're going to go,
and also because you have things like Princess, that if you have Princess on defense and then the Princess comes up to cover your Hog Rider, it's a lot harder for you to be like, no, let's play Minion Horde against the Hog Rider, because the Hog Rider still might get some swings and the Princess cleans it up kind of for free before locking on the tower.
Does he have Zap in the deck as well?
Log.
He has Log.
But there is a Tombstone, so he's going to get those really good Hog Logs.
Hog Logs.
Loggy Hoggies.
One thing about Tombstone, the placement against Hog Rider, because when I run it, I've noticed that if you put it directly in front of your tower, like on the path, the Hog Rider will go up, he'll get his 2 swings, and then the actual skeleton's bodies themselves will block the Hog from even getting to it. Why don't we see people doing that? Why do we see him pulling him to the center? Is it just so if it does get zapped, then it has a further journey to go?
Yeah, because you're getting extra King Tower shots as it walks in a diagonal angle, and if you can place the Tombstone far enough in the center, the other tower will attack it as well. You actually watch this. You're going to see 2 towers hitting this one. So you're getting extra tower shots, and the skeletons, the closest ones, do get
a couple hits.
Yeah. Not great.
All right, well, Loupanji, one more game away from going to the finals. Let's see if he can take it. Or will Popcorn tie it up 1-1?
Tough defense. Tough defense to pull off, and I think Popcorn didn't quite have the cards in hand. Has to spend the Minion Horde, and he's gonna have to work hard to get tempo back.
Well, they're not bad. Only the 3-cost minions in order to defend against that 5-cost minion horde. What happened there is the Mega Minion was actually being targeted by the tower. When he zapped the Skeleton Army and hit the tower, the Skeleton Army, or the tower retargeted onto the much closer Miner, leaving the Mega Minion at half health and threatening the tower. That was a really good play, but then he was left without zap on the counterattack. Let's see if he can do it again.
Ooh, nice positioning on the Miner.
Oh, and they killed the Ice Spirit.
Positioning on the Miner was so key, and that really is kind of the first player I saw to do that was actually...
Damage.
Oh my god.
Damage. Wow.
He keeps getting away with it. Loupanji, yeah. So what happened? Okay.
How's my play-by-play?
Great. Yeah. So good call, Rainey, by the way. Yeah, that Miner in the front was not an accident. If he wanted to make sure that the closest possible thing to any defending placed unit was the Miner, so they'd lock onto that as opposed to the Minion Horde. If the Miner had gone, say, back left corner, that Princess could have locked onto that Swarm, and that attack would have done significantly less damage.
Well played.
Loupanji is playing well informed right now, and I think that for being a player that I have not really heard of, and from a clan that I haven't really heard of either, Loupanji is really impressing.
I'd like to hear more. Yes. Oh, and the Ice Spirit even takes that.
Oh.
He has 1 minute.
Leave him!
Oh,
no, don't run after him. Oh.
Popcorn has 1 minute to make something happen, and so far, defense on Loupanji's side has been convincing.
Oh, Fireball. Wow, on the Princess.
Yep. And that's only a -1 elixir trade, but you get some critical damage onto the tower. I might be wrong. Maybe this deck was not that good of a matchup. I genuinely thought...
He hasn't played the Lava Hound at all. He's playing it Miner style.
Oh, that's actually a really good adaptation because, again, they know each other's decks. So it's possible that he knew the only way he was going to lose this game was by committing a Lava Hound and getting punished for it. So instead he plays more like a Miner cycle deck that just only has 7 cards in it.
23 seconds is all Popcorn has to take down a tower. If he does not, that is going to be Loupanji going to the finals.
Ooh, Princess might do a lot of damage as well. That Miner is going to make sure that the tower comes down, but the Mega Minion actually tanks it up. There's only 10 seconds left, has to launch the Hog Rider now, and I don't think Popcorn can do it. And Rainey gets dunked.
There
Popcorn
it is.
out.
Popcorn going down. 2 more seconds. There's nothing that he can do. Loupanji 2-0ing Popcorn in the semifinals and moving on. Just 1 more match away from $2,000. He's got to be feeling good.
Yeah.
Loupanji played really well.
This is Popcorn's 4th appearance? 3rd appearance?
I think third.
Like that.
3rd or 4th. I mean, again, it's hard to keep all the Reddit Alpha guys straight because it seems like we don't have a single Coronation Day that goes by without some member of the clan here. Excellent work. Unfortunately, as it move on, we're not going to see our umpteenth Reddit Alpha dual finals, but Popcorn walks away with $300.
Woo!
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Okay, well, let's throw to our first replay. I think we got some Goblin Barrel mind games going on here.
Yeah, well placed on the Goblin Barrel. Just a little too high.
So good.
So the 2 things about Log is that if you squeeze it back to the very, very edge of your drop zone, you can clear out all the space in front of the tower and just be really, really safe. But it just takes a little bit longer to do, and the goblins might get a stab.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning he hit the Musketeer, and that was good because eventually you got to shoot the Musketeer down. If that has full health, it's going to do a lot more damage.
Yeah, well, there we go. Again, congratulations to Loupanji. And the question is, up next, who is going to be joining him? Will it be Goat or will it be Darth Jar Jar? So, Darth Jar Jar, seen multiple times. Goat, first time
first time, and I don't even really know him from the wider competitive scene. Greatest of all time, weird. I hope that's what it stands for, but I think it just might be
the
animal.
just the animal.
Yeah, just the animal.
What does the sound a goat makes? I keep thinking of a sheep.
That's a sheep.
It's
Is it a sheep?
Is it similar?
No, you're right. It is because it's the video.
Christian had a better one. For the first time, you've got the best impression of the night.
I'm
thinking of that Taylor Swift meme video.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of too.
Okay.
That's
They
basically it.
literally scream.
Clearly, we've never seen a goat.
Here in Burbank, not many goats here running around the studios, but hopefully that'll all change. Let's pull up the decks now between our next semifinalists here again.